5 times Russian spies poisoned or attacked in the UK. 5. Alexander Litvinenko, a former officer with Russia's Federal Security Service who suddenly fell ill on 6 November 2006. His illness and death weeks later attributed to poisoning with the rare and highly toxic polonium-210. The Health Protection Agency found significant amount of the radioactive substance in his body. It is believed that it was administered in a cup of tea. Before his death, Litvinenko had repeatedly criticized Russian President Vladimir Putin and made numerous allegations of corruption against the country's security services. 4. Georgi Markov, a Bulgarian dissident who was poisoned with an umbrella while waiting for a bus on Waterloo Bridge in 1978. The 49-year-old said he felt a sharp sting in the back of his thigh. After developing a fever, he died 4 days later. An autopsy found a 1.7 mm wide pellet of poisonous ricin in his skin. 3. German Gorbuntsov. In March 2012, this exiled Russian banker survived an assassination attempt as he stepped out of a taxi in East London. A hitman shot him with a silenced pistol, but he survived the attack and now lives in a 24-hour security detail. Later that year, he told The Independent that he believed his former business partners were behind the attack. The men he named claimed to be friends with Vladimir Putin, which Mr. Gorbuntsov claimed had slowed an investigation by Russian authorities. 2. Alexander Perepilichnyy. Alexander was helping Swiss prosecutors uncover a multi-million-pound money laundering scheme used by corrupt Russian officials. He died in mysterious circumstances outside his home in Weybridge, Surrey. The businessman collapsed while out running, and it was initially believed that he had suffered a heart attack. However, traces of a poison that can be found in the gelsemium plant were later found in his stomach. 1. Sergie Skripal. Sergie Skripal was given refuge in Britain after being jailed in his home country for treason. He was later pardoned for passing the identities of Russian secret agents in Europe to the UK's MI6 spy agency, and in 2010 he was one of 4 prisoners Moscow swapped for spies in the US. After settling in the Wiltshire town of Salisbury, he led a quiet life until he hit the headlines when he was found unconscious on a bench alongside his daughter, Yulia, at a local shopping center. The pair remain in critical condition in intensive care after being exposed to an unknown substance that triggered an alert over hazardous material.